This is going to be a client's Hand of Truth reading. So please bear with me. I left my battery charger for my laptop at the shop that I read at, so I'm going to be filming until the battery dies. So if there's weird things happening in the video, it pauses or whatnot, just know that I'm dealing with a low battery. So anyways, the Hand of Truth reading is a 6-card spread. I'm going to be working with the tarot and an oracle deck. So the oracle deck I'm going to be working with is the Oracle of Oddities, one of my faves. And the tarot deck that I'm going to be working with is the Gothic Tarot. This is a very cutthroat kind of a deck. Cutthroat as in it's very truthful, it's very raw, it doesn't hold back. So I really find that really attractive with the Hand of Truth readings, because Hand of Truth is kind of like, it's all about you, but it's all about, you know, things about yourself that maybe you don't want to acknowledge and whatnot. So yeah. Crystals on the desk, I just have a Himalayan salt crystal. I have my lamp that's on. You can't see it, it's out of view, but I also have a quartz skull here because it's Halloween themed. And we're in the month of October, so that's exciting. And I have a black shungite pyramid, which I've been really, really obsessed with lately. So felt like those energies would be really good for you. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to shuffle and we'll just get right into the reading. That one wants to come out. The thing about Hand of Truth readings is very, like I said, very truthful, very, it's just going to give you information about yourself that maybe your best friend wouldn't want to tell you. So that's like the way I designed the reading. That was like my intention for it. So I'm hoping that whatever comes through is something that you need to hear, something that you want to hear. Maybe you don't want to hear it, but you need to hear it. And then we'll just see what happens. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Oracle card. I'm going to set this one up here because he actually wants to come out. Okay, so number one, this is the palm. Okay, so the whole palm, which is what is within the core of who you are. So this is like your energy, okay, the energy that we're messing around with right now for you. And we have revelation. So revelation is, to me, telling me that you are in the energy of really receiving. Okay, so you're in that phase of your life where you are receiving, which is whether you're receiving messages, validations, answers for questions that you've been asking for quite some time. Okay, revelation is also telling you should be more willing to receive if you're not. So opening yourself up to that, opening your heart and I'm just getting the image of like all of your core chakras. So your solar plexus, which is in your belly, your heart chakra, and your throat. Being able to receive from all of these various chakra energy points, because I feel like you're going to be coming into finally realizing some answers that you've been looking for. And really getting a lot of validation for your path in life. Okay, it's been long awaited. I feel like you've been asking some of the same questions for years, and you're really on that like path of discovering who you are. And in general, that can be a little bit frustrating, especially when you haven't received answers, or maybe they're not as obvious as you would like them to be. So I feel like you're that person that you're always questioning stuff. You question life. You question the reasons of why and how, when, and where. But I really feel like you're coming into a time right now where all of these things are going to start coming to the light. It's going to be more obvious to you. I also feel called to tell you to trust the first impression and to trust the first thought, idea, that instinct, because that is what is really going to be your true answer. So as long as you're trusting your intuition and whatnot, a lot of times we doubt the first feeling, that first thought that we get, but usually that is the that is the initial point of contact with spirit, or with your ancestors, or whoever, whatever you're trying to communicate or contact or connect with. Your intuition will you know, it'll start working, but if you doubt it, it's not going to happen. If you trust it, it'll happen more. Hopefully that makes some sense to you. Okay, so let's start with the tarot now. So we have the index finger. Okay, so we have the palm, which is going to be kind of hard for me to build my little hand here, but the index finger, this is the direction that you are headed in the future. And the card that wanted to pop out for you is the Ace of Wands. Beautiful card. So the direction that you're headed definitely is to stepping into your own power. I feel like that's what Spirit wants you to know. Stepping into your own power and being fierce. Ace of Wands energy is new beginnings in your creation and your ability to create. It's also about really harvesting your inner passions in a way that aligns with you. So utilizing your talents, your pastime hobbies. A lot of times, you know, we use our talents to create. So if you are very artistic, you know, ways that your artistic outlets are all about I'm like tongue tied right now. Your ace The Ace of Wands is a reflection of your talents and your creations, your artisticness. Um, so I feel like for you, it's really, you know, tapping into that, going about life more from your expression and the way that you express. Now, the feeling that I'm having is, like I said, I'm feeling really tongue-tied, like I'm having a hard time putting my sentences together, and I'm wondering if that's because your energy is really, like, you feel like you have that inability to express. Maybe you feel like you have struggles where you can't be yourself, you can't express your inner truth, you can't talk straight out to people because maybe they don't agree with you, or maybe they are very demanding of you. Whatever the case may be, that is a struggle that I'm seeing. I definitely am feeling it for myself physically, so I'm feeling like that's an energy that I'm tapping into with you. If that is the case, then this is definitely going to be a direction that you want to take yourself. So the direction of an Ace of Wands is to be firm, to be ready, okay? And a course of action of Wands is always fast. It's like fire energy. So think fire. Fire is consuming. Fire will take everything in its path. It's ruthless, okay? So I'm feeling the direction that you're headed is definitely taking more charge, to step into your own inner power, and don't be afraid to tell it like it is, or to attack attack your passions. I mean, don't be afraid of any of that kind of stuff. The more that you are the more that you hesitate with your inner desires, and you don't lead a life that is reflective of what you love to do, you're going against the grain, and you will feel that. You will see the obstacles come your way, and you will feel unhappy all of the time. So I really, really urge you to take part in a path that feels empowering to you, that makes you feel good. Because that's the direction that you should be headed with this card. It's also a new beginning card, so it's like starting fresh, starting over. So don't expect too much too soon. It's a buildup, okay? Number 3, we have the middle finger. This is what others think of you, or your influence on others. And we have the Two of Pentacles. So other people, when other people look at you, they feel like you are somebody that cannot make up your mind. You are really indecisive, and I feel like this frustrates a lot of people. I think that this is a pet peeve for people, okay? So the Two of Pentacles was making me feel like if there's big decisions that need to be made, people will avoid coming to you for that, because they know you're not gonna be able to step up and really say what you want, or what really comes to mind, which really brings me back to that Ace of Wands, where I was saying I feel like you struggle with speaking up and speaking out. So I feel like people see you as kind of flip-flopping between the two. They don't really see you having a firm stance on things. You may be opinionated, but you are not really, you kind of diddle daddle. So I feel like that's what people see in you. The card is blue, which gives me the impression of the energy of like emotions. So maybe people see you as really emotional, and because you don't get Oh, sorry. I just want to check my text. I had a text. Just want to make sure it was not anything bad. So I just feel like people see you as someone who cannot make a decision, someone who cannot make up their mind. You really struggle with that. But also the two could be a balanced person too. So maybe they see you as that, you have potential. But I'm really getting the vibe. I'm really feeling drawn to saying like people observe you as somebody who cannot make decisions, so they're not going to go to you first. Because you're not going to really, help them out in deciding. You're just going to kind of add to the confusion. Okay. Number 4, we have the ring finger, which is your outlook on the love life. So your love life is with the Chariot. Now, the first thing that I heard when I pulled this card was get a move on. It's time to take action. It's time to own yourself and your love and your heart. Now, I don't know if you are in a relationship or not, but if you are, this might be a sign that it's time to either move on, especially if you're not feeling it with this person. Now, if you are feeling it with this person, the Chariot card can resemble the need to move on, but in a way of actually moving forward to the next step, the next phase of your relationship. Okay. Now, let's say you're single. If you're single, the Chariot card is definitely telling you it's time to get a move on, to really start actively searching for the love of your life. I feel like if you are single, maybe you've had a lot of pity parties where you're sad because you haven't found that special someone. Maybe you're lonely, maybe you see other people with their lovers and you want that. But I guess I'm guessing that, the Chariot card is more of that energy that is telling you, well, if you really want it, then you need to go out and get it. You need to go out and search for it. That really aligns me again with the Ace of Wands. If you're following your passions and you're doing things in life that you love, you will then exhibit all of that confidence, that radiant energy that people find attractive in people, because you are so happy and you are so in touch with yourself that it's actually very attractive to other people. When someone has their life together, when someone is living their life for their purpose, it's very attractive to other people because you look so put together and you're happy and you're very genuine. So the Chariot card can show the need to actually, you're putting the pieces together. Now it's time to make stuff happen. The other thing about the Chariot card for your love life may indicate travel. It also may indicate the possibility of long distance love. Okay, so maybe you're going to meet someone, but they won't be in the same city or town as you. It doesn't have to be long distance to the point where you guys will never get to see each other, but it may be a little bit of a drive or a little bit more planning in order to be together to see one another. So keep that in mind as well. And it can also show the fast pace, the time of this relationship evolving, whether you are in one or you're not quite yet, moving quickly. Okay, so I do feel like that all goes together. Next we have the pinky finger, any struggles or fears that you have been harboring. So struggles or fears, we have the 5 of Wands, and this is definitely a fear of conflict, okay? A fear of not getting along with everybody. It's also a fear card to me, telling you the fear of giving in or not giving in to what everybody else wants. I feel like you feed a lot of other people's energies by doing what they want. You live your life for them, and I feel like you live your life less for yourself. The 5 of Wands, the card that the energy that I'm really getting from here is that the lone person, which I'm using it as you, resembling you. He's standing there tall and in darkness, and all of the chaos around him, it's like all this attention, all this other energy is surrounding him, but he's standing tall. And he's cloaked in black, which tells me he lives in darkness, or he's, a lot of his passions are within the dark. He hasn't yet stepped into the light to really glow on his own. So I'm feeling like for you, a fear is if you start to live your life for yourself, if you start to take paths that are aligned with what you want versus what everybody else wants, that it's going to cause conflict. So that's what I'm getting from this. So I feel like as a big fear for you, it's hard for you to step into your own. It's hard for you to go outside the box because you're used to making other people happy. But I'm going to tell you right now with the Ace of Wands in the future, I do see you having a shift. I do see you stepping into your own power, and I do see you being fearless to live your life for you. So I feel like definitely this is a fear, but it's something that you will overcome. It's going to take time, and it's going to take you to need to be brave to step into that. But I do see this as something that will happen for you. And it needs to happen for you in order to have more growth in yourself and in your life. Okay. So keep that in mind. Our fears are often things that hold us back. Okay. So that's a big clue right there. You can't always make everybody happy, and you cannot be everyone's source of happiness. Okay. Next we have, and finally we have the Thumb, which is the good luck card or your advice for your future. And I pulled the Seven of Pentacles. This is beautiful. So the Seven of Pentacles is all about getting ready for the fact that your gate, I love it. It's showing the gate is somewhat open. And you have this ghoulish figure here who's holding out his hand like saying, you're welcome. Come on in. Come through. Right? So I'm feeling like your tip, your advice for the future is showing that everything is going to start getting a move on. I'm seeing the movement in a lot of the energies in your cards, and I'm feeling like it's like the opportunity has already been there for you. It's already been available for you to go through. It's just, it takes you having to be willing to want to walk through those gates. I love that beyond the gates, you could see like it looks like a little haunted house, but it's also really cloudy, which to me symbolizes the unknown. Okay, that the path is not clear because you cannot see the path at all. So I really feel like for you, it's the opportunity has already been there. It just takes you wanting to take the steps to move into it, even though you can't see where you're headed. Okay, so trust that. Sometimes taking a new path, sometimes trusting life in general requires needing to move forward even though you are going in blind and you don't know what's going to await for you at the end. It's a beautiful reading. I really feel like this is like coming into your own power. I feel like it's facing that major fear of trying to make everyone happy, but you yourself has not been happy for quite some time. So I really hope that you're able to find your inner voice. You're finally able to make some decisions, okay, and stand into your own truth and live your life for yourself. So with that, I will end your reading. Thank you so much for purchasing a reading with me. Anyone who's watching, this is the Hand of Truth. It is available in my shop. Click the links below. It'll take you there. And I wish all of you a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.